Well, the winner of this game gets the Angels. And we don't know yet who that's going to be. You see the starting times on TBS for the Tigers and Orioles. Whoever plays the Angels, the Royals or the A's, on Thursday. Man alive, what a game this has been.
Whoever does win it, Ernie, is going to have earned it.
That's for sure. Changes defensively for the Kansas City Royals as we move to the 10th. Lorenzo Cain has moved from center to right. Gerard Dyson scored the tying run, is now in center field. Jason Nix is at third. Brandon Finnegan is the new pitcher. The 6th used by Ned Yost tonight. He's just a kid. And he throws a strike to Nate Fryman.
Came to the major leagues after 13 outings. 13 in the minor leagues.
He was Kansas City's first-round pick this June, just this past June. Pitched in the College World Series for TCU. And here he is in the playoffs. That's the fast track, boys and girls. Popped up behind second. Who wants it? Dyson. One down. Well, this place is buzzing again. It got a little bit quiet around the 7th inning stretch. But an 8th inning rally got them interested again, and then tying the game in the 9th has everybody on their feet. Here's Derek Norris. Finnegan had 10 strikeouts and 1 walk in his 7 innings of work. Hit sharply, but look at Infante. Nice play.
Came into this game talking about John Lester and James Shields. Neither is going to be a factor in this game. It's been Oakland's power against Kansas City's speed. And we're all tied up.
Also, I think it's ironic they started Giovanni Soto to control the running game. He gets hurt. Derek Norris comes in, and then the running is rampant here in the last couple innings.
The reason they won the wild card, no one can control their running game.
Nick Punto pinch hitting here in the 10th and takes a strike from Finnegan. Finnegan's only 21 years old.
What if Ned said Finnegan's not scared? He doesn't appear to be scared right now.
It doesn't seem like he can get enough air in, but it doesn't really matter because he's still throwing strikes.
He'd spit right now if he could. You almost make the comparison, and we talked about this in the regular season, of another pretty good left-hander, fairly fresh out of college, and David Price back in 2008. Came up late in the year and figured into the playoffs for Tampa Bay. This kid could do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 10.
Okay, we're talking a little small ball right here. You get a runner on, you bunt him over to second base. And then while he's on second base, let me take third base. and set up an easier RBI. And here's the sacrifice fly. A little small ball. Kansas City's used to playing that. That's their style of play. With great execution.
Just an amazing at bat by Aoki. I mean, just to do it against Doolittle, one of the toughest relievers in the game. Hit that ball to the warning track. He was a star in Japan. He won a batting title, a Gold Glove. He's played in a lot of big games, and he had what it took in that at bat.
Nate Fryman at first, Nick Punto at second. The defensive changes for the A's as we move to the bottom half of the 10th. Here's Eric Hosmer against Sean Doolittle. Grounded up the middle. Lowry, late. How about Hosmer going headlong into the bag?
Another one of those choppers right up the middle. Hosmer smells it going in. And it used to be a head first slide would maybe steal a call, but there's no such thing as stealing a call. He just wanted to get there.
Well, here's Christian Colon now, a guy fresh off the disabled list. And he will square and lay it down. Sacrifice accomplished. Small ball continues. Winning run at second. And the spotlight shines on Alex Gordon. The second overall pick in the June draft in 2006, the College Player of the Year at Nebraska. Takes a strike.
We came in talking about 29 years without being to the postseason. Well, Alex Gordon's been their best player through a lot of that. And here got a chance to put them into the division series.
Doolittle looks Hosmer back. Bob Melvin's team had a 7-3 lead going to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's 7-7, bottom 10. Winning run at second. That was close. Ball and a strike. Gordon was intentionally walked in the 8th. Struck out a couple of times tonight and flied out to left. Grounded to short. Lowry will throw him out. Hosmer advances to third. And here's Salvador Perez looking for redemption. He's 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts, and that second one was huge in the 8th inning. Tying run was at third, and he couldn't put the ball in play.
A little better chance here, though, for Perez. Gregerson had a lot of those sliders working away from him. You're going to get a lot of hard stuff from Doolittle.
Perez led the team with 27 two-out RBIs. And that is going to send us to the 11th inning. The ground out to Punto ends the threat. Tonight's 2014 AL Wild Card is presented by Budweiser. Tough to get any closer than the game we have right now. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for each side as we head to the 11th inning. We kind of figured with the pitching matchup tonight, John Lester, big game, James Shields, this is going to be maybe a 1-run game. It's going to be very tight. Well, it's tight. It's 7-7. How did this happen?
Well, I mean, I was expecting a 2-1, 1-0 game, and they would be out there the whole time. But the excitement generated by this Kansas City team stealing bases has got me excited.
I mean, 6 stolen bases, power against speed, 3 sacrifice bunts, small ball by Kansas City to get back in this ball game.
Brandon Finnegan out there for his 2nd inning of work. And Coco Crisp takes a strike. Crisp, the switch-hitting leadoff hitter, turns around. The batter right-handed against the young lefty. Coco has a couple of hits, has scored a run, has struck out twice. Breaking pitch fouled away. 1-2.
Well, we've seen all 3 pitches from Finnegan so far. That good fastball, 92 plus. He's thrown 1 at 96. Curveball and changeup.
Pretty poised young man out of TCU. He was Kansas City's 1st-round pick and number 17 overall in June. We were talking before the game and wondering, hey, I wonder if anybody's ever pitched in the College World Series and the Big League World Series in the same year.
Doesn't seem likely, does it?
He struck out Coco Crisp for the 1st out in the 11th.
This was the foul ball previous pitch. Crisp kind of fell over and grabbed his leg like he might have strained something. He's had a bad neck. Like a lot of these A's players, they've been playing hurt for the last couple of months of the year.
Sam Fuld lays down a bunt right back at Finnegan, who comes him out for the 2nd out.
Small ball only works if you wear the color blue tonight.
Finnegan makes a play that some pitchers find very difficult, and he makes it with ease.
I was just trying to think about the likelihood of someone pitching in the World Series, College World Series, and the Big League World Series in the same year. Nobody gets to the big leagues that fast. So therefore,
your answer is no.
My answer is no.
Look at Hal, the computer at Elias, are working on that right now.
Just past midnight in the East. That's pretty. 1-1 to Donaldson.
Even with Moss's big day, still to me the biggest threat in this lineup.
Well hit to left. Gordon on the run, cannot make the play. And Donaldson, after a big turn, will stay at first. The key there was Gordon keeping the ball in front.
Little line drive. He thinks he's going to have a chance to get to, but does a nice job of keeping it in front.
Well, we always think of Gold Gloves as making the impossible plays. Sometimes it's these little plays of making sure you get some leather on it to keep the runner at first.
Brandon Moss steps in. Two-run homer in the first off of Shields. Three-run shot off Ventura in the sixth. Now facing Finnegan in the 11th and takes a strike. Count even, a ball and the strike. Two. Ronnie, you gotta like the poise of this kid.
Poise, how about the guts, the insides? I mean, he's been watching this game. He's seen this guy go deep 2 times tonight and just blew a fastball by him.
Breaking pitch missed, count even. We head to the bottom of the 11th in the wildest of wild card games. Bottom half of the 11th inning. We showed you in the top half how Coco Crisp had grabbed that what appeared to be in the area of his hamstring and went out in the field and then trotted back in. So Johnny Gomes has gone out to left field.
Sam Fold goes from left and goes to center field to replace Crisp.
Dan Otero is the new Oakland pitcher. Omar Infante will lead it off in the bottom half of the 11th.
So this is what you have to protect yourself against when you're picking your roster in this one game. With this, you got to protect yourself against this going deep into extra innings. So you do have to take a little bit more pitchers than you think, and you can't use your guys up so fast.
I was asking both Melvin and Ned Yost about this scenario. If it went into extra innings, they both looked at me cross-eyed, but sometimes it happens.
Otero with 72 appearances out of the Oakland pen this year. ERA of 2.28. He was 8-2. The guy who has come back from Tommy John surgery in his career. Toward right. That will fall in front of Reddick for a leadoff single here in the 11th. In between innings, Brandon Finnegan and tonight's starter James Shields.
My advice, don't tell him anything. Just let him keep going. Don't change a thing.
Well, here's Gerard Dyson. Came on as a pinch runner, stole a base, scored the tying run. Tried to bunt, pulled it back, ball one.
Josh Donaldson is in so close, almost trying to take it off his bat. course, Infante at second.
Mike Jersley having to yell at Gerard Dyson to get his attention.
You got to look for the sign. Each time something happens, a throw over, you have an opportunity to change your decision, take the bunt off, hit and run, or put the bunt back on again.
Donaldson creeping in again as Dyson takes inside. 2-0.
Mike Jersley, this is playoff baseball.
It's officially October, by the way, in the East. Two balls and one strike.
Interesting with hitters that have great speed. Sometimes they have a real hard time sacrificing themselves because they've been taught their entire career through the minor leagues and the major leagues to work on bunting for a base hit. This bunt is not for Dyson. This bunt is for his team.
Gets this one down. The only play is to first. The winning run is at second for the second straight inning. Matt Weiner, what you got?
Well, E.J. Coco Crisp, understandably frustrated by the injury, had nothing to say as he walked past me behind the A's dugout. Eric Sogard confirmed that it is his hamstring bothering him, although he described it not as a pull, but as a cramp. In any case, as you saw, he tried to give it a go in center field and pulled himself out here late in the wild card.
Meantime, Kansas City trainer Nick Kenny is on his way out to second base along with Ned Yost to talk to Omar Infante. To see if anything happened on that play on the sacrifice as he moved to second.
I didn't see anything on Infante, but takes off.
Well, Infante's going to stay in there. And here's Escobar. Rounder. Lowry on the run, throws him out. The tying run again 90 feet away. Meant to say the winning run, obviously. 90 feet away. They had it there in the 10th as well. Then it was Hosmer. Here's Jason Nix. How well traveled has he been this season? January, signed by Tampa Bay, purchased by the Phillies in March, free agent in May, signed by Tampa Bay again, signed by the Pirates. Swings and misses, waived by Pittsburgh, chosen off waivers by Kansas City on August 28th. And he has a chance to win the wild card game.
Jason Nix, an 8 at-bats, does not have a hit in a Royals uniform.
And he's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Omar Infante, the winning run at third. Led off the 11th with a single.
San Francisco and Pittsburgh beat this tomorrow. Only one wild pitch for Otero all season long. Usually impeccable control.
Upstairs, 1-2. Strike 3 called to end the 11th. 7-7. We head to the 12th. You would have thought that after 4 hours and change we would have the answer to this question, but we still don't. There are these scenarios if the Royals win this wild card game or if the A's do. The Tigers and the Orioles, and the winner of this game taking on the Angels in the ALDS on TBS. Brian Anderson and Joe Simpson and the Eck getting ready to call that other series. Wow, what a ball game here tonight, folks. Top half of the 12th. Brandon Finnegan still on there. And Josh Reddick takes the ball 1-0. Ran it inside and missed. He wanted it. 37,000 wanted it. Bill Miller said no, no. Three balls and no strikes.
And Giovanni Soto's thumb already wrapped up with a brace on it.
Leadoff walk in the 12th for Josh Reddick. That'll bring up Jed Lowry, the switch hitting shortstop, who was 0 for 5.
You'd be thinking they'd be playing some small ball here after getting the first hitter on.
Gets it down. Nix throws him out. Go ahead run at second. Ball hung up for just a second.
Well, that didn't surprise Nix. I think Nix had to play it kind of back just in case they weren't bunting. If he knew it was a definite bunt attempt, he would have been in a little more aggressive and would have caught that ball in the air.
I was a little surprised that they weren't anticipating bunting.
Red Yost going to the pen. Finnegan hears it from the fans here in Kansas City. a start to the postseason in 2014. And here on TBS in the AL wildcard game, we're in the top of the 12th. Identical line scores for the A's and the Royals. And Jason Frazier comes on.
Well, he did some nice work. 61 games split, 38 with Texas, 23 with the Royals. He's been in Toronto, Chicago White Sox. He has appeared in 647 games.
Was with the Blue Jays for a good chunk of time, 2004 to 2011, and then traded to the White Sox. He comes on in relief now with Finnegan. Alberto Callaspo has a bat and will hit for Nate Fryman.
647 games for Frazier. First one in the postseason.
Callaspo takes a strike. One of 6 switch hitters on the Oakland roster for this game. Of course, Bob Melvin or Ned Yost can change their roster for the ALDS beginning Thursday.
One's a fastball, two's a curve.
Yeah, now's not the time to get crossed up. You want to make sure you know you're on the same page. Take time out, go out there and make sure the sequence is right. You both understand what you're throwing.
Ball gets away, and the runner moves up to third. That is huge. Frazier with a wild pitch that Perez got a piece of, but it caromed away.
4 wild pitches, 3 in Texas, 1 with Kansas City. Now this is his 5th. He's had everything else. Why not a suicide squeeze?
Reddick is the runner at third. The go-ahead run. Popped up by Callaspo. On top of the A's dugout. Frazier's only 5'9". Perez dwarfing him as they talk going back toward the mound.
A little dwarfing going on at third base too with Gallego and Reddick.
Who's dwarfing who?
Callaspo played with the Royals from 2008 to 2010.
The further you get in, the more evenly spaced you are.
Slapped into left field, and the A's have the lead. Alberto Callaspo delivers in the 12th, and it's 8-7. What a nice piece of hitting.
Cal, one of the most unlikely guys to get a hit for the Oakland A's, struggled down the stretch.
Yeah, 0 for his last 14. Big time to get a hit, but 4 for his last 50. Guess he was due.
What did we say? New season, wipe the slate clean. And he comes up huge here in the 12th. Now here's Derek Norris.
The Athletics have been 0 for their last 16 in this game with runners in scoring position. Now 1 for 17.
Norris did not start this game behind the plate. Giovanni Soto did. And then Soto hurt his left thumb, had to leave the game, and Norris entered.
There's Soto again. My mistake. Cayaspo had been 0 for his last 16 with runners in scoring position. Not the A's, of course.
Missed outside. 1-2. Strike 3 called. 2 outs. As Norris caught looking. And here's Nick Punto.
That fastball away, just darts on that outside corner. Pitch track says it's outside, but Bill Miller's been calling it all night long.
There's a strike to Punto, so position players that have not been used by Bob Melvin. Andy Perino and Billy Burns. And Adam Dunn, who has played 2001 regular season games, but never in the postseason. And he hasn't had a chance in this game yet. Ball and 2 strikes. The leadoff walk has cost the Royals here in the 12th. He walked, he was sacrificed to second, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and scored on Alberto Cayaspo's run-scoring single. Popped him up. Hosmer over there by the top, but it's Infante who makes the play. That'll do it for the A's, but they break the tie and take an 8-7 lead to the bottom of the 12th. Whoever wants to. 8-7 as we head to the bottom of the 12th in the wild card game. The Angels patiently waiting for the winner of this one in the American League Division Series. And fellas, we've gotten our money's worth tonight out of this one-and-done game to begin the postseason.
Well, if you're KC, you're just giving up a run, and it might take the air out of your sails a little bit, but you got to say we had to score 1 anyway. So we'll get 1, let's get 2. It seems a lot less daunting than coming back from 4 runs down with Lester on the mound.
Lorenzo Cain will lead it off. Eric Hosmer is on deck as they face Dan Otero. And just in case you're wondering, Raul Ibanez is on the Kansas City roster for this game. He has a knack for some October magic. Ball and a strike.
Ibanez and the catcher Kratz, the only ones left. Kratz is a right-handed hitter. they just played that little ditty that they will play at ballparks. Everybody clapped their hands. I was saying, what do you think they've been doing for 4+ hours?
I know it's been said a lot, and a lot of times it's maybe overused, but nobody's left this place. Even when it was 7-3. Rounder wide of first. Piaspo made the play in the throw to Otero. 1 down.
6 stolen bases by the Kansas City Royals. Incredible magic to get the game tied. You've got 8 runs, 1 more by the Athletics, with 15 strikeouts in this game.
And 5 of those 6 stolen bases coming in the 8th and the 9th, with the Royals behind and trying somehow to scrape their way back in, and they did. Tying it in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Hosmer. A strike. Hosmer's got pop. He hit 9 home runs this year, knocked in 58 runs, has scored a run tonight, knocked 1 in. Somebody's bubble is going to burst tonight.
.162 becomes 1 sometimes.
Hoping.
A 1-2 pitch. Down low, count even. Christian Colon waiting on deck. Fouled off right at the plate. And it stays 2-2. In the air to left center field. Gomes is back, and so is Ford, and the ball is off the wall. Hosmer around second. He's on his way to third, standing. And the tying run is 90 feet away.
What an at-bat. Fouls off tough pitch after tough pitch. He drives the ball to left center field.
Whenever I see a ball go up in the air when it's in left center, I figure Sam Folt's going to make this play. One, great hitting by Hosmer. Great at bat. Shows great power. But no, too high off the wall for either Folt or Gomes to make a play. Great hustle by Gomes. Hosmer could have went all the way around.
A one-out triple. Boy, that ball just barely missed getting out of here.
He was displaying his power that way during batting practice today. Working on staying inside the ball. Hit a lot of balls way up in those seats.
It's off that padding above the board. Well, here's Cologne with the tying run at third. Ran it inside and missed.
And he wouldn't put the squeeze out of the equation right here either.
Especially when Cologne hasn't looked for the signs until right now. Now he's stepping out of the box. You got two chances here. You got Cologne and you got Gordon on deck.
High chopper. They'll never get him. Tie game. Are you believing this?
This was just an excellent read by Hosmer. Sees it right away, breaks. Josh Donaldson has no chance. Tries to barehand it, but even then couldn't make a throw either a home or first. Might have been better off letting that one bounce.
How resilient is that Royal bunch? We'll be back. Alex Gordon coming to the plate, flashing back to August 26th in this ballpark. Walk-off, two-run shot off a left-hander, Glenn Perkins. Bob Melvin has gone to the Oakland bullpen and brought on the left-hander, Fernando Abad.
Abad's had a fantastic year for the Oakland A's as one of their specialty lefties. 69 games. Look at that ERA. Good numbers with inherited runners stranded.
He came into this season with a career record of 1-14 with an ERA of about 4.5 and a 13-game losing streak. But he's been sensational for Oakland. Alex Gordon waits. Pops it up. Foul territory. Josh Donaldson makes the play, 2 down. Eric Hosmer's one-out triple. And Christian Cologne's high chopper have tied the game. Abad did his job. And Drew Pomerantz makes his way in. It won't be Pomerantz, but Jason Hamill, who comes on here in the bottom half of the 12th with a man on and 2 out in a game that now stands 8-8.
You know, we spent a lot of time talking about the Lester trade being the big difference maker, but they traded earlier in the year Addison Russell, who was their shortstop phenom prospect, over to the Chicago Cubs, and they got Samardzija and Jason Hamill. And now Jason Hamill has been put on the roster because he's one of those guys that is a starter by trade, only one relief appearance for Oakland, and he can pitch multiple innings if you need it.
You've seen a lot of things in your career, Iron Man. This one's got to rank up there.
Going back and forth, in my own experience, I was thinking about our series against Cleveland in '97. It felt like every play you were in extra innings. Every play was magnified, but I've never seen anything like this.
Cologne has 2 stolen bases. Right-hander might allow him to steal.
Salvador Perez at the plate. Hamill throws over. Perez looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 5. He struck out in a big spot in the 8th. Rounded out to end the 10th with a runner at third. Balls and no strike.
They see the defense. The thing I noticed, no doubles defense in the outfield, Cal. They're about as deep as you can play in this ballpark. Hamill's trying to keep Cologne close, but base runners were successful 12 out of 15 times stealing against Hamill.
Waiting on a 1-0. Tapped foul right there at the plate.
Well, the reason you play so deep is you have a better angle, cutting the ball off, no doubles, so the run can't score from first base here. It will require 2 hits from their defensive position. They're not playing tight on the line, though. They're pinching a line down the third. And holding the runner at the line on first.
One ball and 2 strikes.
Feeding Perez. Steady diet of breaking balls. If you're jumpy at all at the plate, you want to hit bad, you want to drive in runs, you just can't seem to wait on the breaking ball.
The A's took the lead in the top half. The Royals with a triple high off the wall in left center field. And an infield chopper have tied it.
Close play there at first base. Christian Cologne fractured the middle finger of his right hand. That's why he has that protective sleeve on. I kiddingly always call it an oven mitt. That's what it looks like to me, but it protects your hand as you slide back into the base.
Good chance you're going to get a breaking ball. With 2 strikes, it might be worth the chance going on this pitch.
There he goes. A pitched out and off the glove of Derek Norris. They knew it was coming.
Who would know better than the ex-catcher Bob Melvin? Did you see where the eyes of Norris were? Not on the baseball watching it into the glove. They were on Cologne, who was running the second base. That's why the miss.
The winning run is at second.
In a roster of 25, 7 different Royals have stolen a base.
The team that led baseball in stolen bases and using it to their greatest advantage tonight. Now looking for a 2-out hit. Pass third into left field. The Kansas City Royals are walking off into the ALDS. the game winner. That close to the glove of Josh Donaldson.
Another breaking ball. Gets this one a little over the plate. Perez just gets enough of it. Stays back just enough and is strong enough to hit the ball down the line.
What a night here in Kansas City.
Baseball's version of highway robbery by the Kansas City Royals. 7 different Royals stole 7 bases. 5 of them scored.
The legend George Brett. I think everything in this town is named for him. And what a moment. And these fans who have stuck here close to 5 hours of game time tonight, even when they were down 7-3, no matter, they battled back to win it in 12. Matt Weiner, go ahead.
A lot of water there. It's been a long game, long time coming for this Kansas City Royals team. 0 for 5 when you step to the plate. Take me through that. Now he's got plenty of water. And everything else. What were you thinking when you stepped up there?
Hey, I'm so excited right now. I just want to bring Sissy. And they call it the pitch out, you know. No release the ball, he get it to second base. And that's my time. He said, I got 0 for 5 all game, you know. I needed doing something for the team right now. And that's what I got. He threw me a slider, he leave it a little up, and I hit in the front.
7 stolen bases for you guys. What kind of a weapon is that for this team?
We got a lot of guys, you know, like to run, and they don't know run, you know. That's what P do, that's what I have to say, that's what P do. They get on base, they try to get a second, and all, yeah, you have to bring in.
You ready for more of this?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
There's your hero, Salvador Perez. Congrats.
Well, they waited 29 years for postseason baseball to return to this city. And then they waited another almost 5 hours for a playoff win, and it came with that swing of the bat by Salvador Perez.
He played in 146 games, a franchise record. He squatted for over 5,000 pitches, and he had enough still left for the big hit.
But among the guys who made it happen for Kansas City tonight, the kid Brandon Finnegan. He's with Matt.
Thank you, EJ. Brandon Finnegan, you were pitching college ball just a few months ago. This is just a little different, right?
Just a tad bit. I mean, it's been fun ever since I got up here. I'm definitely blessed to be up here. It's been awesome.
What were the emotions like when you were called upon in this kind of atmosphere?
I mean, honestly, it took me back to the College World Series. I mean, big stadium, big crowd, you know, that's all I can think of. And I've been in situations like this before, so, I mean, that's how I took it. I mean, just had to go out there and do my job.
It's been a battle for this team to get here over the years. You weren't part of all that. You get to battle a little more now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we go to Anaheim and take it to them, but, I mean, we got to keep playing our type of baseball.
How about the stolen bases for this team tonight? It's been a weapon all season long, 7 of them. How effective, how much pressure does it put on the guys on the mound opposite you?
Oh, it puts a ton. I mean, that just shows what kind of team we are. We're very aggressive on the base path. We got a lot of guys that can steal bags, so I mean, it's awesome. But when you're a pitcher, that definitely puts a lot of you know, stuff on you. So it's hard to get through that, especially when a guy doesn't pick over. I mean, we faced a good pitcher tonight, and luckily we got to him.
We'll see you in Anaheim.
Awesome, sounds great.
21 years old, Brandon Finnegan. And all I could think of was like the College World Series. Oh.
Just a little bigger, I guess.
Matt Weiner, busy man down there. I think everybody wearing a Royals uniform would like to talk to Matt, and Eric Hosmer standing by with it.
He's one of them. Eric Hosmer had the big hit to set up the game-winning run. Triple to left field. What did you see? What did you hit?
It was a fastball, 2 strikes. I'm just trying to battle. You know, we're battling for our season at that point. So I'm just trying to get a good pitch, put a good swing, battle the whole time, and just miss going out. But luckily enough, we got the triple, and CC came up with a big at-bat after me.
Obviously, you haven't played in a postseason game like this before. Have you played in any game at any level with all the ups and downs with the pressure going on here?
No, this will go down as the craziest game I've ever played. This team showed a lot of character. No one believed in us before the game. No one believed in us before the season. But we were down 4. We aren't going to quit until we're our last out. And we really showed a lot of character tonight. And we showed a lot of fight in this team.
Obviously, this team is not a home run team. You have to generate runs, and the guys with the legs were able to do it over and over again tonight.
Yeah, we had a game plan before the game, and we stuck to it. That's one thing we've done all year. We've had our game plans the whole year. We stuck to it. Tonight, we want to use our legs. We're an athletic team, so we did a good job of that tonight. We got some key hits, and like I said, we just never quit. This group doesn't quit. We're not going to go home until someone tells us.
Congratulations. We'll see you in Anaheim.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Back up to you, AJ.
The toughest of losses for the Oakland A's, the most exhilarating of victories for the Kansas City Royals, 9-8. And now they fly to Anaheim. And I understand they might need a plane. For Ron Darling and Cal Ripken and Matt Weiner, the rest of our crew, this is Ernie Johnson bidding you a good night from the K in Kansas City. TBS is your home for the American League postseason. Following a quick break, we'll stay tuned to the postseason show on TBS presented by Exxon and Mobil. What a night.